all, we're going to show off Coffee Prince. Top 3 characters here. Steve at 118 games, Brian with 6 games, Jack 7 at 5, and a win rate of 42%. But he's been on that Leroy train really hard.
He was the one who started us off with the Leroy together with Hapon on day number 1. And we saw in the stats earlier during the day, he has brought out Leroy the most among those on the Leroy bandwagon right now. He's really committing to this pick, even though he's more known as a Steve main.
I'm guessing it's more of a how far can he go with Leroy before he can start pulling out this Steve. And honestly, I'm actually really excited when he's going to pull out his main characters. But of course, on the other side here is going to be NatureLover, the Julia of the Nationals here. Top picks here are Julia, Nina, and Lily, but we already know his Julia. Even in the previous season, it has been pointed out by AK that his Julia is a beast. He has mentioned it in interviews, and we've already seen how well he can party with it.
Julia is that kind of party character. You know, she has amazing mix-ups. Aggression is her main game, and we're seeing the players right here setting up. On the left side of your screen is Signal Ultra Wars NatureLover, giving us that little cute peace sign, and of course Coffee Prince representing Happy Feet Warriors, looking pretty okay too.
Yep, Happy Feet Emperor's Coffee Prince just getting himself ready here. And one thing here, I'm still wondering whether or not is it still too early, I mean, for Coffee Prince to pull out his pocket picks or his main picks. After all, he still has a lot of time to work with, considering the fact he can claw his way back up. He is known for that. But on the other hand, NatureLover does have a, to quote our previous casters, a Leroy nightmare. And will it continue here?
He did go up against Hapon's Leroy earlier, and that was a 2-0 outing in favor of Hapon. And because Kape and Hapon, or Coffee Prince and Hapon, are teammates, Hapon may have whispered some secrets on how to use the Leroy against NatureLover's Julia.
And Hapon is such a great teammate, actually. Like, if I remember correctly, they have that massive synchronization. They have won tournaments together, and it's gonna be a lot of wisdom that Hapon can plant into Kape's brain with those beautiful anti-Julia tech, because once again, Hapon is a lab monster after all.
And it is interesting that both of them are choosing Leroy. I think the strategy that they're employing for this season is, okay, let's just play the same character. If you face this guy first during the day and you beat him, tell me how you beat him. Or if you lost, what should I stop doing? I think there's that little dynamic there between both of them, and let's see if that comes into play here. If Coffee Prince can pull off a win, or if NatureLover can learn from his previous outing.
And as we've seen before, it wasn't really much of an issue for Hapon to fight against NatureLover. Once again, Leroy is great against characters like Julia. You can match the aggression and try to stop hers with your parry. And we're gonna see the first game here between the two of them, Coffee Prince versus NatureLover. It is going to be a Leroy versus Julia, as we've predicted. And now it's here in Howard Estate, 3 wall breaks, 1 balcony break. It's a large stage when you get rid of all the walls, and it comes back to a normal size stage when you break the balcony. And they're just getting themselves ready. We're just making sure that everyone has had the optimal setup for everyone. And of course, once again, Doc, I really want to see NatureLover come back from this Leroy problem.
This is an interesting opportunity for him. We already saw him go up against Hapon earlier, and if any pro player would learn from their mistakes, they would look back on their match, or they would remember, okay, what is it that went wrong? How is he catching me with all these counter hits? And I'm expecting NatureLover to be a little bit more cautious when he approaches this matchup second time around.
Yeah, throwing caution to the wind would be a good way to adjust to something that has stopped the signature Julia offense and, of course, the signature NatureLover offense. And on the other hand, will we see Coffee Prince adjust really well from here? Because he does have a losing record on Leroy, but that is going to change so quickly in the snap of a finger. Like with Coffee Prince, he's just such a good player that he can just immediately come back from something like that.
It's only day 3, and with 12 players, we can predict that there are about 11 days of round robin action. So we're a little under 30% done with the season. I think it's pretty early for Coffee Prince to change his mind or anything. I'm sure he'll figure something out. He's one of the best players in the country. And if he can get this Leroy on board, that'll be extremely scary.
And if his Leroy train has no brakes, only God knows what's going to happen to the rest of the people here. Like, oh my goodness. Because just to reiterate, Coffee Prince is no slouch. He is not to be underestimated. He has had that miraculous, beautiful Cinderella run during the first conference playoffs. And I really, really like to put emphasis on that because that was such good Tekken. And Coffee really showed it off. And right now we're gonna go back to the match here. Howard Estate once again is the stage. And of course that also means that, oh, okay, so we're just gonna continue to the whole idea of Coffee Prince being such a monster sooner or later, because he always finds a way to just get back on track and just scare the hell out of everyone.
Well, if that doesn't work, he still has his Steve to fall back to. I guess the silver lining behind that, if Leroy doesn't work out for him, is people have not had a taste of his Steve for the amount of time that he hasn't been using him. So he does have that surprise factor should things turn south, but I can only expect things to get better for him as the conference moves along. Again, day 3, there's so much more Tekken left, and his Leroy can still get better in a matter of days.
And in a matter of days, really. But on the other hand, NatureLover, I also want to see him like conquer this block that he's having with the Leroy. Of course, that's going to mean a lot of time in the lab, a lot of adjustments, even live adjustments, like right here, right now. Because once again, even though we have a lot of days left, every single point counts so much. And if you want to stay cushy, you got to win those points.
Now, I'm wondering if NatureLover does have another option should Julia not be enough. We know he has Lily. We know he is a master of all the female characters. Do you think there's something he could reach deep down into his pocket and could pull out that could counter the Leroy?
I'm not so sure entirely either, because Leroy doesn't have a single bad matchup. People have discussed this. But of course, Julia is the comfort pick for NatureLover. So my guess is just he's gonna stick with his guns and just really stick with the Julia. And finally we're gonna get into Howard Estate here. And it's gonna be Coffee Prince versus NatureLover. I mean NatureLover versus Coffee Prince because of the sides. And stream is live. Are we ready?
We are ready. Don't forget to click that subscribe button because we are gonna be here all afternoon long. Leroy versus Julia going to start off with the first game. Coffee Prince and NatureLover immediately backdashing, showing respect to each other.
Oh, good punish there from NatureLover, but immediately Coffee Prince just continuing the tempo here. But on the other hand, NatureLover really trying to push his own offense, but this time a bit more careful.
And that is the caution that we talked about earlier. We're seeing NatureLover now adjust his timings here, and the orbital now, Coffee Prince catches a huge hit. He's going to push the wall. This is not the breakable side, but he's going to get a lot of damage with those head massage kicks to the feet.
Yep. And now, let's see if NatureLover can prevent Coffee Prince from getting into that Hermit stance. That's oh so annoying. War Drums, not a natural combo if it lands on both high and low, but immediately Coffee Prince with a Hell Sweep to end the round.
That was a gutsy choice there from Coffee Prince, but it did pay off. And now NatureLover starting off extremely aggressive. He catches the hit there and now has the wall splat against Coffee Prince. He's going to deal so much damage here and about to take the round. 7 golden letters. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Such a fast round, really. And NatureLover showing off the offense. I think he's adjusting to the tempo of Coffee Prince this time. Throwing caution to the wind at first, but this time trying to prevent Coffee Prince from getting any offense in.
couple of whip 1-inch punches so far from Coffee Prince, and I think NatureLover is doing pretty well. No break there on that throw. No, look at the rhythm change here, but Coffee Prince again with the orbital. He got this in the first round. No wall break here.
That's weird, no wall break, but probably because it's off a weird axis. But here, NatureLover gets the turn back after the orbital. And really, he's adjusting to the Leroy really well from here. And if you've noticed, he's actually throwing caution to the wind before actually getting any offense in every time.
Really mixing up his options, but here comes Coffee Prince now with the aggression there with the overheads. Great little block there, forward 4. One of the best moves there that Leroy has. And right now has a nice little life lead. He can end it right there with the massaging fists.
My goodness, Coffee Prince really trying to match NatureLover here, and instead force his tempo. And immediately going for that hop kick. NatureLover gonna break this wall. No! Instead goes for the full damage.
Right, and here's the full punish now coming from Coffee Prince. Little unfortunate there for NatureLover. Spring kick just to get him off.
Alright. And that was the issue of what do you call this? An unscaled piece of damage, but that's gonna be NatureLover gonna be in trouble. Pixel health and Coffee Prince takes the game. That is 1-0.
The low to end that round. I like to call the tremor punches like the head massage.
It really does feel like a head massage. The stiffest head massage you'll ever get.
The kind of massage you do not want to get. And it really looked like NatureLover had the matchup solved through the first 3 rounds. But what do you think Coffee Prince changed up to make the comeback?
It just seemed like Coffee Prince wanted to do his own thing. The one thing is, I think NatureLover was trying to go for the standard anti-Leroy way to throw caution to the wind and then immediately go for aggression the moment you get your turn. But Coffee Prince plays incredibly differently from Hapon, who has a lot of science behind him. Coffee Prince has a lot of more feel.
That's one of the differences, really. Even though you're playing the same character, you also have to consider the player and their playstyle and how they approach the game. I wouldn't really think that NatureLover will be changing characters at this point. He did pretty well there. Just needs to adjust to the little nuances in Coffee Prince's game.
And that's most likely going through his mind too, because Coffee Prince is Leroy. Not a lot of the things that I'm stuttering here. Not a lot of the things that that Hapon has, but he also has his own flavor going in. And another thing is, if you've noticed, NatureLover actually almost had a few of those rounds, as you said, because of how he throws caution to the wind. Now let's see what else he can do from there, because it's slow baby steps, really, just going up.
I think he had the right game plan going up against the Leroy. It was just in that final round where he misread the 1-inch punch. He got hit, counter hit. He also threw out a low, which got launched punish. So again, just a little bit more caution, especially when it comes down to the final moments of the game.
Yep, and now here we go into the random stage, or at least most random stage. I'm pretty sure they picked the stage. The jungle outpost. And of course, this is probably NatureLover stage because, of course, it's nature and he loves it.
Surrounded by nature. And let's see if this will give him a little power up here. He does catch the float on Coffee Prince. Probably went for another orbital. Gonna get a nice little wall combo. Great damage to start the round.
Oh my goodness, that was a really unfortunate spring kick there from Coffee Prince. NatureLover throws the lashing arrow, prevents Coffee Prince from getting out of the wall. But of course, once again, this is going to be a wall break, a balcony break, I mean, from here.
Right, down we go. NatureLover with the potential to deal a lot of damage. He can go to the wall again, and he's going to finish it right there. Half-life combo damage.
Good stuff here from NatureLover. Really continuing that offense. I think he's adjusting to how Coffee Prince plays, and now trying to run up the offense. The round he won was actually, from his non-stop offense.
Oh, right now, Coffee Prince catching on to that offense now, has the life lead here, but is up against the wall. NatureLover trying to make things work here. See him waiting for that 1-inch punch to whip, and he gets a nice little punish there. Has an opportunity here to close out this round.
Oh no, Hermit stance is happening again! But of course, NatureLover snuffs it. Good stuff from him, and He's really turning up the dial. I think he found his formula.
Formula is working here. Great little sidewalk to get the huge punish. Going to break that second wall. Pushing him as far as possible. He can make it. Look at this wall carry. And already more than half life gone.
It's amazing what Julia can do. It covers a lot of real estate, and Mad Axis lands. Coffee Prince in trouble. Spring kick, punish that. Pixel health. No, nothing at all.
Nicely done. That was a 180-degree turn for NatureLover. He was in full control the entire time. Only that second round looked a little scary for him, but great job for NatureLover taking the second game.
Really good stuff here from NatureLover, getting himself 1 point here. And once again, I think he found his formula. The round he won in the Howard Estate match, he was on a non-stop party mode. On the other hand, Coffee Prince did not stop the party at all. Did not call the cops. No noise complaints. just let him have it in Jungle Outpost. So now we're like, let's see what Coffee Prince does for the adjustments here.
The stage truly powered up NatureLover. He drew the energy from the parrots, the monkeys, and even that huge anaconda at the bottom of the stage. Or was he up top? But nicely done there, tying things up. And like we mentioned, he had the right game plan. He made those tweaks, and that's why he got 3 straight rounds.
Oh, absolutely. And once again, the dial has been turned, and Coffee Prince is now on the back foot from here, because if you play that confidently, that's a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum, and it really stops whatever mindset your opponent has. And NatureLover really feels like he's a microwave right now.
And I think for Coffee Prince, he now has to change the rhythm. NatureLover has had a great read of when he would throw out those little 1-inch punches, and he's punished appropriately. He needs to find a way to change his flow and catch NatureLover off guard, don't you think?
Yep, and let's see what it's going to be. It's a wall-less stage, so it's a lot of movement. That's going to be in favor of Coffee Prince here. And of course, NatureLover loved those walls. He always cornered Coffee Prince every time, and always found a way to stop the spring kicks, stop the get-ups. Had the better Oki. So Coffee Prince going for a wall-less stage to make sure that there's none of those shenanigans going on, and it's just pure neutral from here.
Let's find out if the pick does pay off here. Starting off, really okay. He does get that counter hit there to the screw. Big damage to start off. We talked about, you know, Julia not wanting to have the walls, but NatureLover is making it work. Oh,
like this is where neutral is super important in an infinite stage and movement. And NatureLover showing his better movement as of the moment. And let's see if Coffee Prince can adjust from there.
It's one of those rounds where, okay, it went his way. Let's try and get back in the group and do Leroy things.
Oh, nice punish.
That's not gonna happen.
Oh, really good punish here from NatureLover. Oh, lashing arrow misses, but no capitalization from Coffee Prince. No low parry, and instead gets a stomp from NatureLover. Coffee Prince is 1 pixel away from Rage, and Leroy with Rage is scary. And as I said, that happens.
That 1-inch punch finding its mark, and now it looks like Coffee Prince can find a way to make things happen. He uses the cane.
Oh, that cane used to be so scary. Thank goodness now it's your turn when he presses the cane, but now NatureLover at match point. Coffee Prince needs to find a way to come back from here.
He starts it off with a counter hit forward 4, gets some nice little damage here, and finds the orbital. He's going to deal a lot of red, and he's going to have a huge advantage now.
Of course, Rage is one scary thing in Tekken. It's the catalyst for all comebacks, and NatureLover really trying to find a way to get his offense in, and a lot of damage from Julia, by the way.
Two bow and arrows in a row for NatureLover. He's making this comeback, but the punch to the ground stops and seals the dream.
Of course, Coffee Prince stealing those TMs, but once again, another bow and arrow from NatureLover. NatureLover having the life lead now. Oh my goodness, another orbital.
Here comes the big combo from Coffee Prince, going to end it very nicely here. And wow, NatureLover wakes right up and goes in. Here comes Leroy.
Oh, nice block on the Hermits here, but we are in a double Luigi situation. Coffee Prince and NatureLover. Let's go Infinite Azure.
Final round for both players. This is going to be big for NatureLover if he can seal it here. He needs to be extremely careful to start off. Head massage for Coffee Prince, going to give him a nice life lead.
One stiff massage that was, and Coffee Prince getting the life lead is great, but I was actually expecting a bit more hermit stances from the man, but instead he's actually just keeping it kosher, and that's how Coffee Prince plays Leroy. It's pretty kosher in comparison to everyone else, but it's really dangerous once you mess up.
Coffee Prince now, he's going to end it right there. A lot of times, a lot of moments in that final round, NatureLover just avoided the 1-inch punch, but that didn't matter as Coffee Prince seals the deal.